Hey up everyone, how's it going? Right, I think it's time I introduce you to this one, the Spartan. So the Spartan, this one here is my latest in the line of purchases I made for the military vehicles, and my most expensive, as you can probably imagine. When I first got it, it looked a bit rougher than this, still in sand colour, but looked rougher. Chip paint on it, scratches, dinges, also, and mix match panels as well, where they had practiced changing them, but left them in the green which they come out of the works in, not painting them in the sand colour that this one is based in. But I slowly worked through it. There was a cage on top for carrying extra supplies. Camo nets went on the back there, but for carrying other storage items on top. But that meant you couldn't use the roof doors up there. So we stripped that off, and after a lot of working with a forklift, I eventually managed to get the doors working again. They're not ideal, but they do work at the moment. She originally had the numbers 4088 on the side. I'm not 100% sure what that actually signified with them. I hope someone will be able to fill me in on that. But yeah, I've just been slowly working away at it for a while. We've just done a couple of big jobs on it. One of them was the fuel tank, seeing as it sprung a leak because of the fuel that was in it was pretty poor and rotted the fuel tank out. But yeah, this has got a diesel engine in it. They all came out as petrol originally. Jaguar engines in, but as time went on, the MOD wanted to extend the life of these a bit, which was cheaper than building and designing something new. So they had Cummins diesels put in them instead, which gave them a bit more reliability. Didn't really increase the travelling range though. This still does about 1 mile to the litre, or about 4 miles to the gallon. I think the petrols were about the same, and from what I've heard, it's not got as much get up and go as the petrols did, but they just slog away quite happily to themselves. You see, I think she looks quite tidy. The tracks on it are part worn, so I have to just be a little bit careful as to how much mileage I do on road with it, because one, I've got to try and find tracks if I need to change them, and two, I've then got to be able to afford to buy them. But we'll have a little look inside. Nice heavy door. So in here you would get a crew of 3 down the front. You'd have the driver in the very front there. He has to get in through the top. You got the commander that sits on the elevated seat there, able to use the cupola that's on top, or the little turret, and also would be the one in charge of firing the machine gun. It was on there. Then you'd have, where that well is down there, you would have the radio operator would be there, and he also did the loading. So he'd pull the round boxes out of there, and he'd poke his head out the top, and he would load the guns into. He'd hand the loaded box to the commander, who would put it into a little box on the inside here, which is, you'll go uphill, which is in there, and he'd be able to fire he'd feed the bullets through. The radio operator would load them into the gun, and then he'd shoot, and I suppose the radio operator would have to collect the shells afterwards as well. So you'd have 3 crew there, and then 4 passengers in the back. So one would sit here back to back against the operator, and then 3 on the bench seat I am sitting on here. And everything else around the outside would be storage areas for radio equipment or other electronic devices they had fitted. This here is air filtration system. So from what I've been told, it is designed to handle chemical weaponry and things like that. So they would fire it up, it'd draw the air in from the outside, from up here, take it in, draw it into there where it would be filtered, and then the fan would suck it back out and would then blow it through these. So it would either just circulate the air around if they just want to get a bit of a breeze in here, or if there had been a chemical attack and they needed to ensure they were breathing clean air regardless and worried of any infiltration of particles, they could have breathing apparatuses on and close these vents off with a simple twist and plug their own breathing apparatus into there. So you had 1, 2, 3 for the 3 on here, that one went for there. The radio operator had his that's above the control box there, and the commander would get his from that one there. The driver doesn't look like he had the option for something like that. But I guess when everything's sealed down, he's probably pretty safe in the front there. So, but yeah, the front's very cramped. I'll try and show you in there at some point. Actually, I'll take you there now, show you quickly what's in there. So you've got obviously the dashboard on the left there, that tells you that's where most of the fuses and obviously controls pretty well everything. The driver has a set of batteries next to him that run the vehicle's movement, which for all the vehicle movement side of it, whereas the box at the back there, which has another set of batteries under the seat, is for running everything in the back, radio equipment and the likes. So you got that, you got the master on off switch down in the front corner, you got the little lever next to it there, next to the battery, that's your forward and reverse, works backwards, so pull back to go forward, push forward to go back. You've then got your tillers in the bottom, so basically pull a lever to turn that way, so pull the right lever back to turn right, pull the left lever back to turn left, and then your pedals on the very bottom, accelerator, brake, and not a clutch on the left hand side, but those are your gears. Works like a motorbike gear box, so semi-automatic, so use your heel to change up and your toe to change down. And then you've got your periscope there just under the hatch, so obviously if your driver's driving with top down, he'll drop the seat into its lower position and look through there to see where he's going, or when the seat's in the current position, he's for looking out the top. So yeah, pretty straightforward when you understand how it works. Yeah, let's climb out. Got to take it steady climbing out, otherwise I end up hurting myself. So we'll shut that up. So as I've mentioned before with other videos, if I haven't uploaded them yet, I will do soon. But I do add I see the flag flying there. I do add little safety features to these just to make them a bit more user friendly when out and about. So first thing is I've added extra side repeaters with side lights in. So we've got two on this side, and we'll have 2 on the other side as well. Those are simply just because your only lights are your corner ones here, and from the side no one will really see them flashing. So I added extras just to give other road users a heads up as to when I'm turning, or if I am coming back and it's low light, it just points out where the side of the vehicle is, which I don't think it's a too bad a thing to do. I've then also fitted cameras to this as well, so obviously 360 vision needed, because when I'm oh, way up, what are you doing? Because when I'm sitting, okay, hold on, camera's having a moment here. Right, what are you doing? Back there. Hold on, I'm gonna have to. What's wrong with this? Right, you go there, and you flick back round to there. There we go. Why did you do that before? There you go. Right. So, apologies about that. I don't know what happened there. The gimbal decided it was going to have a meltdown. where was I? Oh yeah, the cameras. So because obviously I can't see much out of there except forward, I put cameras on it all around. So I've got camera on both sides looking down the side of the tracks, and I've got one sitting on the back and I've got one sitting on the front up there as well. So when I'm inside, I've got my screen. I can take the periscope out, I can put a screen there, and I can see all around my vehicle whilst I'm also looking forward, which I think is quite a nifty thing to do. Yeah, and the only other thing I did, I've put reversing lights on the back of it because, well, there's no way of anyone knowing this thing was in reverse unless I fitted them. So got 2 reversing lights on there, and I also, because you've got to have beacons on this because you only have to do 20 mile an hour on the road with these. So I run wires in, so I got plug-in beacons that I pull out and clip on the outside. I'm on the road, plus I've got my one up there, obviously on top of my flagpole. So yeah, those are the only features I've added to it, and a lot of the time, unless I point them out to people, they don't really know. But as I said, I'm only legally allowed to do 20 on the road with it. I am fully licensed to drive them, but this does have a top speed of about 60 mile an hour, so I've been told. I've not tried doing that because it's a fair machine to do 60, and then if anything goes wrong, it's a machine you can't control. So, because this does weigh, at the moment, they say unbattle ready, so without its extra armour on, this weighs just over 9 tonne. So it's quite a lump to have on. I mean, you'll see sometimes I got it on the, if I'm on the low load, it tends to be on the top deck, because it fits up there quite nicely. But it doesn't overload the back end of the wagon, which is good. If it was much heavier or it was fully armoured, it'd have to go in the well. No, other than that, this is my, I suppose you could say, my centrepiece vehicle. It's also the most expensive to run and the hardest one to maintain. But yeah, this is my Spartan. You might notice I'm probably waffling a bit or not quite sure what to say. To be honest, I haven't long done an event with it, and I'm actually quite tired at the moment, so hopefully, who knows, if I'm really unhappy with how this footage turns out, I might redo it again another day. But just for now, I figured at least you guys get to meet it. I want to try and get meet the series for the vehicles up first before I upload much else about them. So the series 1 will have had it, the 101, the Goddess, and these have all, if I got these loaded up first, you can then start seeing the behind the scenes side of it when I'm working on them, because that's what this is more about, getting to see the nitty gritty part of this. And also I'll do stuff from events I'm at as well. I haven't long done Armed Forces Day with this one, so that was a good event. The only thing is, I have realised that recording by yourself isn't so easy when you're also talking to the public and loading vehicles yourself, and you're dealing in a public space. I can't really leave the camera unattended whilst I'm doing jobs, because it might end up getting a pair of legs and running off somewhere. So, but for now, I want to just give you a quick introduction to this. You'll learn a lot more about it as I'm working on it. I'm sure there'll be people out there who have either driven these or dealt with these or maybe even own them themselves, and they'll have other things they want to point out, stuff I get wrong or stuff I could alter or whatever, and if you do, you do. But for now, I just wanted to give everyone just a heads up of one of the vehicles you'll get to see a lot more of as I get more stuff recorded, and basically you'll get better at doing this kind of stuff. I'm still new to it. We'll take it from there. But I have done quite a lot of work to this one recently, so we'll see. I'll have a look at all my footage and I'll decide the best way to upload it. But for now, this is the Spartan, and I hope you'll enjoy seeing its story with me as we go along. And who knows, if I'm lucky, I might get to meet people who watch what I put and meet me out in the real world. which would be nice. It's always nice to know if people are actually interested in what I'm doing, but if you're not, then you're not. But if you are interested, don't hesitate to maybe drop us a subscription. You know, it doesn't cost you anything to do. I'm not asking for money off anyone. I fund this all myself, and earn a little bit extra by taking them to events if people are happy to pay for me to go. But you know, I don't ask for money off people watching. You're free to watch what I put on. Obviously, if anyone decided they wanted to donate towards it, I'm never going to say no to that, because it would be much appreciated. But as I said, for now, if you want to just see more of what we're doing and what's happening, so you can subscribe just to see when updates are, and when new videos do eventually come out, when I get them sorted, or of course where I'm going to be next time in the public. If you want to comment on anything I've done or said or whatever, please feel free to do that. I accept any type of comments, whether they're constructive criticism, poking fun at me, insulting, whatever. And just liking the video would be nice as well. I don't see an issue with just being able to click a like button. It does just tell YouTube that some people are enjoying it, and please share it with more. We'll see what happens. But for now, that's the Spartan. My most expensive one I've got at the minute, and doesn't my bank account know it? But no, I hope to produce a lot more videos about this, and we'll see what happens. Right, cheers.